Hey viewers, welcome to this Vanlife e-bike episode. Now why would you want e-bikes for van life? It's convenient transport, ideal for short trips without moving the van. Within this video we'll feature the Aventon Adventure 2 and the Wynnum USA bike rack. Now this is a wonderful, beautiful Monday morning in sunny Brisbane. We're starting off with this glorious day. We're in Wynnum heading toward Manly, and the weather and the bloody sea can't be any more calmer and beautiful. This is the thing about having e-bikes. You get out to see all this, you've got a reason and excuse to go out there and embrace what's going on. You're going to be part of it and you're going to do this in style. I opted for an all-terrain e-bike, and here's all the specs. But I always wear a helmet. I make sure I've got the best of the best helmets. So yeah, I'm giving you a good scope of how you should use the e-bike, the safety features, and anti-theft. Easily up to what, 24k. How having an e-bike unlocks so much more than just parking your van and going for a walk, or trying to get your van out to have a look around and you can't get it parked. You don't think of that, but sometimes with these big vans, it's very hard to get a park. Two bikes for two different reasons. I'll explain why at the end of the video. Your height might govern what e-bike suits you. I am 6 foot, so I've got the large frame. Anyone under 5'7", the regular frame. When I tell people I'm riding an e-bike, they say, "Oh, you're cheating." They don't understand. It's like being in the gym. 15 to 20 kilos. I like to think that I look like this. Man, I've lost like 15 to 20 kilo doing it. And I've had the e-bike for about probably 8 to 10 weeks, but I use it nearly every day. And I'm really setting it up for the next Vanlife adventure, a real big one. So in the meantime, I'm actually tweaking the bikes, I'm tweaking the racks, I'm finding out exactly what I need, exactly what will suit me on the road. This Wynnum USA rack, the Aventon Aventure 2, fits on perfectly. Everything can be perfect. Yes, there are pros and cons. Cost effective, saves money on fuel and parking fees. Exploration made easy. Great for exploring towns, trails and off-grid spots. Health benefits, encourages more movement and time outdoors. Avoids parking hassles, easier to get around in busy or tight areas. Also have the storage friendly foldable options, making them easier to store inside or on the van. Charge with your van's solar, can be recharged using the van's solar setup. Now one thing I really enjoy is the fun factor, makes daily commuting or exploring more enjoyable. Isn't that true? Now you have cons of having an e-bike while doing van life. Initial cost, good quality e-bikes can be expensive. Storage space takes up room or in on the van, especially for two bikes. Theft risk, high risk of theft is not secured properly. Yeah, so anyone that knows anything about e-bikes will know that theft is a big thing. So you've got to think of that. In the USA, 2.4 million adult bikes are stolen every year. Is that your bike, you dirty dingo? We've got one of these on here, one of these. You've got to take the bike. He's de-locked it. Looks like could be a kryptonite lock. For about $360 Australian, you get yourself a Light Locks anti-grinder de-lock. Now don't forget about your accessories, like my Santa helmet. It's a smart helmet. I want to keep it smart. I want to keep it. Now look at that. Always make sure you've got a good helmet. There's the lock for the helmet, so I can lock it to the bike. I put it on both bikes, so that way keep your accessories secure too. Well, the Brisbane City Council's come to the rescue with some secure parking for bikes. Woohoo! So I'm in Carindale shopping centre, just outside it, and we have, on the other side of the road here, we've got secure parking for bikes. Isn't that brilliant? Your bike will be safe, locked away, but you've got to apply for a pass so that you can use it. It's got a swipe card, so you know all the bloody ferals won't go in there and steal stuff with your bike or all your entire bike. I can see other people have left their locks on the racks, which is excellent. Look at these thieves. They're not happy, but I am. Woohoo! Now, doing van life with e-bikes, you've got to think that e-bikes are bigger than normal bikes. My bike there, it can fit inside, but it's too big. And here we have a fold-up bike that negates the expense of buying the racks. So that's one option. But even so, fold-up bikes are very heavy. The Cinch 2.5 is 75 pounds and the Aventon Aventure 2 is 70 pounds. There I am struggling to get the bike out of the van, but anyway, with racks it'll be a lot easier. I went and bought a rack for the van, a one-up rack for the United States. Very easy to use. They are lightweight compared to most. They are aluminum or aluminium in Australia. And yeah, very good heavy duty rack. I can fold it up and put it in the garage. Look how small it is. I also purchased a V-ramp. In addition to wheel locks for the rack, fat tyre spacer kit. Now without the swing back from Yakima, it's very tight on the van, which is nice, but I want to have a swing back. So it's going to come out further. And that's because I want to be able to open the van doors while I've got the bike on board. I don't want to be having to do some yoga exercises trying to get everything off. Also got a Yakima swing back. Pretty reasonably priced, under $400, and slipped straight into my 2-inch hitch at the back of the van that was already there. So open the door. So as you can see, to open the door, I need that swing back for what I want to do, for what suits my circumstances, but I can always move back to just having the rack on there. I can even take the swing back off and put it in the garage with the actual rack. There's the lights for the back of the van to be legal. Remove the battery and store it in the van, and make sure that you put a battery cover over it when you put it on the rack so it doesn't get any water in there. Now, e-bike batteries are lithium batteries. Are they safe? Well, there are instances everywhere on YouTube where they're not.
Told our Lisa Guerrero many fires are caused by overcharging or faulty batteries.
You don't want to have cheap batteries from a Chinese bloody e-bike or scooter. You've got to get the certified batteries, the LG or the Samsung that are certified. UL 2849. Pause and read if you like. That's why I like Aventon. I've stuck with Aventon because their batteries are proven to be safe. They're the safest batteries you can get. They cost bugger all to charge up, 20 cents in electricity. So you can charge both batteries up off your solar in your van. I'll show you how it's done right here. When I carry the battery, I put it in a battery bag. This is a fireproof battery bag. Doesn't have to be for the Aventon battery, but I do that so that I can carry it safely and not drop it, because I weigh about 6 kilo. So see there. So that's one tip, is have battery bags where you can carry them. This is velcroed in the side, it's very strong. Pick it up, look at that, it's not going to go anywhere. But if you pick it up normally as it is, there's a chance you could bloody drop it, and that'd be no good. So there's the charger. I actually have 2 of these because I've got 2 e-bikes. I've got 2 chargers. So if I take an extra battery, I can run 2 chargers at the same time, because it takes 5 hours to charge this up. So anyway, I'll show you how it's done. So I'll leave that running. It wasn't run right down, so it won't be 5 hours because I haven't had it drain completely. But you can see what I mean.
Say if you had to travel 15k to work and 15k home, you'd probably save yourself about $100 a week if you took an e-bike.
Now let's see how far we can go for 20 cents. Now, tragedy of the commons, you can't put fences around pollution. We're making none, and we're making no noise either. Eco-friendly, no emissions, and you avoid using fuel for short errands. With bottle trees, you usually see one, not a whole lineup. Great segue for me to have a drink out of my bottle. When I'm not filming, I usually give a couple of toots for my horn when I go through places like this, because I have had people come past the other way at 100 mile an hour on their little scooters. Having 2 batteries would be the ultimate for exploring, but you've got one battery and you've got to work with it. Now you can increase your range with the less pedal assisted settings. So I'm on eco mode at the moment, just cruising along. Above that I've got sports, and then I've got above that, at the top I've got actually turbo, where I go flying along. But eco mode you get a bit of a workout, which is great. It's a little bit dangerous around here. There's power cords everywhere and all wet grass, and even a bloody power board. You can see a big white one on the left on the ground, but it's got a pole. It's got a pole with all these bloody leads coming off it. It's like an unofficial caravan park. It is unbelievable. I can't believe this guy's got away with this for so long. I don't even know if he's paying for the electricity. Is that a meter? Oh, surely they haven't given him a meter. That'd be really surrendering. Oh, gee. There's that lead going to that bus. Oh, man. That's what happens. See, people push the envelope too far. And, you know, anyway, he's getting away with it. He's just unbelievable. He must have fines on top of fines. I know on the Gold Coast you fine you $800 for sleeping in your car or your van or whatever. If for sleeping in a vehicle, $800. Can you believe it? This guy would be a multi-millionaire if they were finding him every night. Have a look at these leads. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Not even a mat over the top or anything. Nothing. No health and safety whatsoever. But that's another thing too. You can stealthily film while you've got an e-bike. Because if I was walking around there, someone would say, oh, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. But you're in and out so quick, they haven't got time to react. And it's the same as when you are filming. If I'm walking along the Esplanade with a camera, oh, did you film me? But with this, they don't even bother asking. So this was an old fishing village later. Now it's turned into a millionaire's row. And adding the rack to the van also frees up the space inside, so I can still use it as per usual. It's just I've got the convenience of having the e-bike on the back whenever I please, and I can still access the garage. Now, a few tips just to secure your bike to the rack properly. There are some Velcros you can get, and you put them around the wheels. There we are there. Lock it on. I also got locks with mine, so once I lock them through the wheels, the actual pin locks, the thing's secured again. As you can see, I can swing that bike right round, open my doors. So really, the job is complete. We've got the dream result. Can you ride an e-bike in the rain? Well, I found out firsthand. Look at this. I've ridden in the rain a few times. We had a bloody cyclone. I didn't want to give up riding my e-bike. So I rode it through a lot of the storms, you name it. And you know what? Didn't miss a beat. I did put a battery cover over the top, like a urethane battery cover with Velcro, just to make sure nothing leaked into the battery area. But apart from that, the Aventon Aventure 2 is water resistant by the looks of it. Tried and tested. It was absolutely brilliant. So I'm not going to say that for every bike, but for this bike, well, both the bikes I got, they were awesome. Talking about both bikes, here's why I've got two.
Two bikes for two different reasons. One reason was I'd like to go riding with someone. That would be absolutely brilliant. So I've decked them out exactly the same. Whatever accessories is on one is on the other. The other thing is too, if I've got one getting serviced, I can go and ride the other. So there's no break in exercise. I want to have that continuous exercise. It's been brilliant. So that's that reason. Second reason is when you get a battery for one of these, they're in the United States. Now, you go to the aventonsite.com and you can't purchase anything outside of Canada and the USA. When you go to pay, that's what happens. That was a bit of a pain. I told eBay to get another battery, and I had one person that finally agreed to sell me a battery, and I paid nearly double the price, $1,000 for it. Customs over there wouldn't let it through because they've got a big thing with batteries, and I don't blame them. Realise the Aventon Aventure 2. And that's another reason why I get the Aventons. I don't want dodgy batteries. These have LG and Samsung batteries cells, and that they're proven to be safe. Unlike cheap Chinese ones that go on scooters that really blow up all the time. Now, so that's another reason, parts. So I got the second one, and I got an absolute bargain. Thank you, John, if you're watching. Jon. I paid $2,000 for the first one, $2,100 for the fold-up lock. This one here is absolutely brilliant. It only had 400 kilometres on the clock. The other one I bought had a 1,000 kilometres, which is nothing. Some people buy these things on a whim. I got it for $1,600. So I was absolutely over the moon. Had the car park you may have, or the vantage point you've got. Gee, that was a bloody shark. Oh, there it is. Look at it, look at it, look at it. Now, if you got a value and a laugh out of that, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.